really nicely here with the Kindred. Another damage source for them. They're feeling extremely good about the early stages of this game and how it's gone, considering the game plan laid out. I will say that you have your Seraphs transformed for Knight, so you have your extra shield, your extra survivability for this Orianna, but it is pretty difficult to get that combo that you're looking for from the TES side, unless Yuyanjia, who has been the most criticized player of the team, steps up really big. There's so much on his shoulders. As the Leona, you hold this team fight together. He's got to be the one to find the combination here onto Angel to lock him down, because Huangfeng has a cleanse, has the flash himself too. It is going to be difficult on Angel with the double mobility summoners, but that's what TES have to look for.
SOFM continue to do Kindred builds that are SOFM a bit unique. 3 games of Kindred, 3 games Edge of Night on that champion. Loves to play vision control. Does a good job of that one. So here we go. Drake number 3 on the board right now. Karsa's already at half health. Angel is finding the poke. And he has an extra ghost to fend for himself. There's a stun lock, though, and they're going to instantly delete Sword Art. JackeyLove gets the kill. Huangfeng opens up, and he's shut down Karsa. A big jump right there, and suddenly, no jungler on TES's side means no chance to take the Drake, and that's what Fem, uncontested, grabs Drake number 3.
Oh, and they're not done here. Angel throws out another bubble.
Flashes in for some damage, gets the ulti off in time. They can't kick him out. This is going to be a re-engage, a knock-up, and a kill just on the JackeyLove, but it's traded 1 for 1. Now the 3-on-3 continues. 369 ulti separates the squad for now. Been left alone, but he's so tanky, he's hard to kill. Another Q's gonna land, the Drowsy as well. Not gonna find it just yet, though. Yuyanjia gets away. 3v3 on the map, but 3-0 in Drakes.
And the critical part here, Freak, in the aftermath, the dragon does go over to Suning. As you mentioned, soul point here now. Trying to go for the crab, definitely well worth it, but the tower's going down as well, so even with those kills, going to the side of top esports, objectives here for Suning.
And bonk goes the turret. 2 turret kills for Bin specifically. He's been there for the team, had to blind pick, and he's deathless on Ornn. Looking really good so far. And this is looking more and more like Suning headed to a 2-0 start with best of 5.
And this actually started in a dream scenario for top esports, where we're talking about, oh, Yuyanjia has to make a big pick. They walked right into him to give him that opening. But Angel finds the counter here. Again, he gets Karsa, and they take him down. Without that, there's no jungler left, so they move in here from the side of Suning. SOFM, as you know, does go down in the end. They still get the objective.
And JackeyLove cut it off the Kindred ulti, couldn't get back in time, went down pretty quickly, at least the critter kills away, but this is Suning favored now as we wait for Ocean Soul in 3.5. Top esports, he mentioned the Leona engage being the way to make this one happen. So far, they haven't been quite enough in this game. Sure, he's got perfect kill participation. Sure, he's deathless. Bard ult used for vision. Yeah, didn't know if top esports was doing that in the fog. Shields come out, they'll stay alive. Sword Art just journeys away. He's going to be fine as he looks at his old teammate inside the jungle and says, all right, never mind. Blue handed off to JackeyLove.
Yeah, I think that's a worthy cooldown to use, because you don't need the Bard ultimate to come up with a big pick at this stage of the game. The game is already going in your favor, so just use it to take away the small chance that TS might be using some sort of crazy Baron thing to really pull this one back. Like the use of the cooldown there, the safety from the big shot caller here, Sword Art from Suning.
And if I'm Suning, I'm actually happy to play just for the Drake, and as people like to say, coin flip at it, because that's sometimes been the better smiter so far this series. Like, you know, he 2-0'd him so far in the first game. I mean, so far so good in this one here as well. And if Karsa ever does show up, oh, there's a flash kick. Is this slowing to Huangfeng? He's trying to get away, but where are you going to go? Flashes into immediately slowed, then stunned, then cleanses. Q's going to come in, and Shockwave finally guarantees a nice big pick. Means the bot laner is gone. Is Baron even on the plate, though?
So Karsa takes it into his own hands, uses the flash shoe to finish it off. Really clean pick here from top esports, and they have to use this for an objective pressure here. They're cleaning out all the vision around the Baron. 23 seconds left on Huangfeng, though, means that there's not a lot of time to work with.
It's true. And now the Ornal's going to come in mostly, it looks like, for wave clear, and that's going to be fine because the cooldown's going to be up in time. 100 seconds is all it takes to have it ready for the next Ocean Drake. But top Esports, they, get an Ornalt out to make them kind of feel safe. They get a bit of damage in mid turret. They get to knock down bottom turret and get a couple of these lanes under their control. Now it's time to recall. You're 130 away, 125 from Drake. All right, time to restock your wards. Time to get ready for the climactic fight of this game. Suning held on against top Esports at Drake fights. Now it's TES's turn to do the exact same.
Freak, this story of this game has been just such calculated and calm play from Suning. Look at these cooldowns, these resources they're using just to play safely. The Bard ultimate on the Baron, the Ornn ultimate just to clear out the wave. They know that they don't have to roll the dice here against top Esports, and they're just biding their time, calculating, using these to wait for the Dragon. 50 seconds left on arrival. I believe the Ornn ultimate will sync up very shortly with that. So timely usage here, and they should be able to get the setup. I think the key component that might be missing, though, will be the vision around this, because they do need somebody to mark Leona. If they mark Leona and they keep him from getting that big engage, they don't have to worry about too much else. Since Karsa used his flash on the mid pick on Huanfeng previously, he's not going to be the extra crazy mobility playmaker as he would be if he still had that cooldown.
I want to point out Majais comes through for a Knight at 7 stacks. If he wins a fight at all, it's amazingly gold efficient. It's only mediocre right now, but he needed the power spike because this is the fight that matters. Max CDR on top lane, max CDR on the AD carry. Another ult comes off, tags 2, and look at this health bar for Huanfeng. It's down below half HP, but be careful of the re-engage. It's going to be Yuanjia kind of just marking and stuck in the 1v5. Health bar's running out, tries to pop block it, tries to flash to safety. Can they finish one off? The smite fight going to come through easily for Karsa, and the health bar's a solo. SOFM is in the danger zone. Is the re-engage for JackeyLove enough? Gets him low, goes in 1v3, but is stunned and shut down. That is far too much. Burns the flash to die. Karsa finds the kill on Angels, though, and they do find a single kill back. Ulti across the wall, not going to mean too much. Out they walk. Just barely. Top Esports get the 1-for-1, and they claim the Drake they needed.
Karsa's such a good bowler. He can do it with his feet. Freak kicks him right in for the last kill there. Full strike. He knocked up the whole team, got the damage. That was such a clean kill there for Karsa on the backside, and it honestly turns into mid-tower pressure getting a kill, plus objective for top Esports. And critically, they deny the soul point, and this is a big soul. This is Ocean Soul. So Yuanjia, going in there, he had a risky job to pull off, and he did it. He survived. He got out to the backside. JackeyLove, not so successful with his risky play. This is definitely an aggressive move that and associate with him, trying to flash in for that kill, but there it is.
Sword Art kills the team, accidentally, but now the fight towards Bin, he is slowed. He's going to be in a really bad spot. I mean, he's got flash, but it's just not going to matter. You don't have a good way out of this one. Kill comes through to 369. He gets his first kill of the game. And top Esports feel they may have turned the corner now, as they have gotten kill after kill. It started 3-3. It's now 6-4 in their favor kill-wise, and looks like Baron's on the plate.
Yep, they're also turning the pages here, as Knight now with 11 stacks on that Medjai's after the consecutive plays here from top Esports.
Yeah.
25 seconds left on the Ornn. He does have teleport once he arrives.
SOFM, no ulti, but does have smite, and they gotta be careful about what this one's gonna look like. It's a 5v4. They found a stun on Angel, this time over the wall. JackeyLove finds the damage he needs. Easy pick right there, and it's SOFM against the world now. Now, Bin could TP in 10 seconds. Some time bought by Sword Art. Ult's gonna come through, steal the blue, I do believe. Maybe SOFM got it, but regardless, the Baron is still being attacked, and SOFM cannot join this one. Top Esports, it's their turn to find the comeback.
Yuanjia! Leona ultimate right when Zoe pops back with her ultimate there. He just clapped Angel right back to the fountain. Takes away any opportunity for Suning that they possibly were going to look for. JackeyLove follows up on his lane partner's stun, goes over, gets the kill, and top Esports fire back in such a big way.
Okay, 5,000 gold. The Red Bull Baron, I think it's going to be more than 1,500 this game. It feels like they've got what they need. Sword Art going to be found out, though, right in front of the opposing team. But the knockup comes through for Ornn, and they're going to kill JackeyLove yet again, his third death of the game. And it's time to run away for poor Leona. Bin going to flash for the knockup, and they may just find that kill. The clap almost found. He can't quite reach his target, and they will get away. A shockwave on a 2! Forces the ult, but they could find Knight. He's forced to flash away now as well, but there could be more. No root just yet for Wanfeng. Knight not going to go to sleep, just barely. Barely keeps his eyes open, walks away, but still mid lane will drop as top lane tier 2 is killed by 369.
Yeah, remember, you're doing this play, these kind of rage plays versus a team that has Baron. Yes, you're frustrated that you just lost out in that big exchange, but even if you do chase down these kills, there's no objectives left on the map, no dragon to fight over, nothing by the Baron pit, and the waves are pushed against you, so you can't even, exchange with a tower after that. Meanwhile, Gangplank with a Baron down there, it's now level 16, 369, Infinity Edge full crit build here with the Trinity Force for him, and he's about to show you why you want to get his hands on that Gangplank.
Yeah, he's rich so far. I mean, every G2 fan still knows what Bin did on Gangplank in the group stage, and 369 open for a similarly sized play here in the World Semifinal. Offensive control ward, and we know, again, Drake spawns in 1 minute. Ocean Soul would probably tie this game based on how much gold Top Esports has in their favor. That feels like about what it would do and put it back on equal footing, but so far in the driver's seat is the red team. Red buff goes over to Wanfeng. Easy fight over the wards, but Top Esports, they own most of the jungle. They own the roads in. And they've paid for them themselves here, and soon they're gonna have to fight through a lot of vision to get a fight for this Drake.
And it actually feels like, with the way that it's going now for TES, like the team fights are going to look so good for them. They've got, well, here we go.
Ward over the wall, looking at SOFM. They're going to find a lot of CC. The kick of the wall can make it easy. They can find this kill, no problem, but he's going to get back to safety. Looking at the kill already, the solo on one side and the Ezreal on the other. He's going to be sniped on both sides of the map now. Top Esports 2 for 0. They want bot lane tier 2. Still 10 seconds left on the Baron buff. They baited a fight. They don't care about the Drake. They want the base.
All right, Baron buff should allow them the keys to that base, Freak. Baron buff on this extra wave. They will melt through this turret.
It's going to be the inhibitor now as well. Is there going to be enough to defend this one? We are 25 seconds away from the respawns. The inhibitor is gone. The Nexus turrets are in the eyes of Top Esports. The LPL champions want to be the one to hoist the trophy. And they will simply take the inhibitor and walk away. Still 10 seconds on meaningful respawns. SOFM cannot be in range to smite in time as long as they take down this Drake quickly. But there's always a chance for a big play. There's always a chance that somehow you turn it around. Vision being played over, Angels alive, walking. SOFM just now spawns. And this should be killed before he can smite. This should be killed before there's any chance to steal. Sort of away from the engage. Wanfeng still waiting around. Maybe he can find something miraculous. Karsa blocks the W, gets the smite, no problem. And Drake count now 2-3.
This is a series of teams sitting on Soul Point, Freak.
Yeah.
And it's a takeover from the opposition. This time around, TES, their solo lane's getting massive right now. 15 pages now in Knight's book after this play. He's able to get the assist there with the Orianna ball. This time around, Yanja finds the engage onto SOFM, and then Jackie Love follows up with the snipe. That bottom lane has really been in sync this series so far. That is a death cap on top of that stacked Medjay, by the way.
Oh, but it might not be 15 stacks anymore. He's going to find himself slowed. Shockwave on 3, still killed off. Sort out the target. Karsa going to go bowling yet again, but is it going to be enough? The barrels. It's 800 damage and a flash follow. And Karsa's here. Can he find the kill on his old teammate? They played 200 games together. Right now, it's Wanfeng back over the wall. He finds a low health Bard. He can't go for anymore, though another kill comes across. Suning take the fight 2-1 so far, but there's blood in the eyes. These health bars are low, but there's not enough easy target access. Suning actually win the fight, and they can take some more gold.
Ooh, yeah, just barely. They can push the minion wave out, but they are playing with fire. That is Jackie Love Ezreal with a red buff right now. If you fall prey to an engage here, Yanja with flash, Jackie Love can definitely snipe the extra members, so they call off the push from the side of Suning. They back away with that little amount of gold. Now, all these upgrades for Ornn are being handed out. We had the Molten Edge down there just handed out as well. So Suning definitely have a lot of this late game value too. And it's a huge pick on the Knight, as we're talking about, because of the Medjays. Taking down those stacks really is important because they're getting multiplied by the death cap that is got in inventory. Since they try to commit so much here, though, that teleport from Bin is actually going to be big as they try to play the map afterwards, and it becomes a push and pull here. Since Gangplank 369 is incredibly massive, and he's gone the crit build. The pros of the crit build versus the Leandries, which a lot of people really like, versus champs like Jhin that have to sit there in the ultimate, is the big explosions.
And that might be important in this fight because we're starting it yet again. Jin right behind the team. He's ready to battle this one, so it is a 5-on-5. Ultimately, Bin's Ornn ult does not land, and it's going to be nothing picked up here. 2-1 and 2 still regardless. Stone plate there. Warmog's coming up soon. We have 95% crit chance for 369 until it becomes a steal. Not any higher. SOFM has ult. They're going to kick him out of the respite. And Jacqueline finds the kill. Plus they find a stun onto Sword Art. And Karsa follows. He followed him to China. He's going to follow him for a kill if he can. That's going to be Sword Art just barely living, but they've killed Huanfeng. And it's only 3 left alive for Suning. They're running away as fast as they can. 369. If you can find those barrels, we'll find another kill. Gets rid of the slow, but it's now stuck inside the base. A drowsy Lee Sin will stay alive. Karsa's going to be fine. Knight shoves the team away, and it's time to go for the Nexus itself. The inhibitor number 2 in the mid lane will fall. And a 5v3 for a solid 20 seconds may just signal the end of game 2. A 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 gold lead. The turrets are going to fall down inside this Nexus. And when can the defense even begin? They find CEC, they look for the target, but you don't want to go for Tank Bard. They will knock on the turrets, and they will go for the Nexus itself. But Angel is not finding any damage. Ben is back on the fountain, and Top Esports know they have done the job. Tied the series 1-1. We got a series on our hands. Mark it off for the bingo card.
Honestly, where was SOFM going? What in the heck, right past the Raptors deep into enemy territory. He gets picked off. Karsa boots him out of his own ultimate. And just like that, TES finish off this game, bringing it back to even in this series. Quite the exciting one we've got in store.
Well, it's not going to require a reverse sweep out of TES, but it's still a comeback in the fact that they lost game 1 and they were losing game 2. Tied in gold with Gangplank is a very big asterisk by tied in gold, while down 3 Drakes, but they made it work. Beautiful team fights, and 369 of the Gangplank did a whole crap ton of damage, and that is the proper medical term for what that is. So, when we went for game 2, it is indeed medical. Trust me, Medic can prove it. We listen to Giants on the Spotify League of Legends official playlist during the Spotify song break. See ya.
No one could stop us, they'll try, but they won't. Nada nos puede parar. Oh no, we're wide awake now. Our eyes are wide open. We're running this world. We're keeping it turning. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants. We're giants. If I know we were weak, but we coming right back. This time we're gonna see how we do it like that. We're living like giants. Yeah, giants. We're bigger than giants.
Welcome back, everyone, to the State Farm Analyst Zone, where the LPL champions, Top Esports, have bounced back and tied the series in game number 2. Now, what we've gathered after 2 games, and I guess especially the last one, Frost, you noted that it's very much the LPL-style meta, where there's not going to be too much that happens unless we're fighting over an objective, namely Dragon or Baron.
Well, the thing was, is we were also like, we set up at the top of day. Kendra was talking about like all the different junglers, the Nidalee, the Graves, the Heck. And to be true, a lot of them are getting banned away. But Lee Sin has now just become like the big go-to. We also talked about Kindred into Nidalee. Carson didn't really have the greatest early game, but he made up for it in team fighting. And like LPL and team fighting Lee Sins is not a word that you think that you would often say, but these Lee Sin players are able to make this champion be relevant at any point of the game. Karsa stole SOFM's build. He went for the tanky Lee Sin build, and they find the picks at the perfect moment.
I think if you look at this game, there's 2 reasons why it was slow. The first reason is Sunny never really got the lead that they needed. They had perma mid power, they had the Jhin, the bot, they had the mid push constantly throughout the game, and most of the fights came around the objectives. And I think that the reason the fights came around the objectives was because you have the bot, you have the Jhin. They didn't really make plays over sides. They had a tank split pushing. They had the Zoe who was grouping a lot, and Knight was basically free farming alone. And they couldn't really make the plays to get a fight where it was decisive enough to say, okay, Sunning's winning the game. Because they were always around 500 gold down to 1,000 gold down, but they had tempo on the map. They didn't really use it to anything. They couldn't really force much, and it all came down to mistakes on the Dragon fights or just getting good engages.
Yeah, because you do see in that first one, Frost, that with the Jhin and the Zoe, they could always poke out Top Esports before the fight starts. So I'm wondering why not just do that again when the next Dragon rolls around.
I feel like you know the answer, Shox, and it may have something to do with an Ornn player that looked like it was maybe a first-time Ornn. No, it wasn't that bad, but it is a very different look from kind of the carry top laners that we've seen, the Wukong performance versus him on Ornn. Social media was lighting up. You know, if you don't know, it is very surprising for Sunin's top laner to lock in something like an Ornn. A couple of ults went really wide. It didn't have the same pressure. And this is what Kajol's talking about. You know, when you're against a Gangplank and you have a Zoe can't side lane very well. Gangplank is always going to have side priority over the Ornn. Like, Ornn can catch the wave, but he's not going to be able to match the push there. And it was constantly situations where Suning would be grouped up. They had the strong 5v5, and maybe a better Ornn player could find those engagements if they needed to, but this Ornn could not. And so there was just more gold being funneled into top as they were just playing cross-map and not being punished for it.
I also think they didn't have much follow-up, right? Even if Ornn does find the engage, their whole comp space around poke, barring the Bard ult and then the Kindred, and I think that they did get good setup on the first couple of Dragons. You saw they got 3 Dragons stacked, they had the Ocean Soul point, but they can never really find the 4th, and I think that it came down to the fact they traded gold for Dragons most of the time, when it was a side lane towers, it was just giving up waves to get the Dragon setup, and I think on the 4th Dragon setup, they just didn't get it, you know? I think top pushed them out, you don't have vision control with Zoe, Bard, Ezreal, you can't poke them as much, so you're relying on the Ornn engage, but if they have flash up, or if they can respond well with Yuyanji on the Leona finding engage first, then it's really hard for you to make a fight kind of start and win when you have poke comp, so.
And that pesky Leona again, who we saw also multiple times yesterday. Let's look at Top Esports and how they ended up securing Baron then at the end, because to their credit, they also kept the gold close. Even if in the early game it did not necessarily go their way, even if the Dragons necessarily didn't go their way, they waited their chance.
Yeah, and credit to Yanja and that Leona pick that you were just talking about. You know, he sees Angel come over the side on the Zoe, immediately locks him up, goes over the wall as well to make sure that there's